2022 is here, and this is my first interview back into the new year. I don't know about you guys, but I have basically been shopping like a mad woman. I thought I was going to take this time as a little break, just to take away and step out from the crypto community. But you know what? I had the opportunity to look further and take deeper dives into Discord with all these exciting new projects coming up. So I wanted to bring in my guest, Blair Breitenstein. Hi, Blair.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Welcome to Real Vision. So I wanted to actually talk about shopping because I know your work has appeared on cover to cover of Vogue magazines, Tatler, Elle, Vanity Fair, and you've worked with like fashion powerhouses like Chanel, Prada. I'm going to stop right there. Why don't you start by telling our viewers a little bit about your work and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been a full-time artist for about almost 7 years, and I'm based in New York City. I moved here to pursue art, and luckily for me, it worked out. So really, my projects range from doing illustrations for magazines. So I've worked with Vogue Australia, and like you mentioned, Tatler, British Vogue. And I absolutely love working with magazines. I love print magazines, and those are one of the reasons why I got started in working in fashion. And I also create packaging for fashion brands, store windows. I've worked with Harrods in the past. So my brand work really ranges in a bunch of different sort of like mediums and avenues. And then I also just sell artwork on my website. So I sell prints and originals. And yeah, it's my dream job. So I love it. I use Instagram to promote my work and have a strong following there. So yeah, that's a little bit about my work.
That's fantastic. And, you know, you have a huge following on Instagram, and the artwork on your website, it looks truly incredible stuff. So tell me a little bit about your crypto journey. Was it straight into NFTs or was it crypto first? How did you get into crypto?
Well, for me, it was NFTs first. So I kind of started learning about NFTs around the time that Beeple sold his big piece. And I started listening to podcasts about space. And one of the things that really piqued my interest were the art blocks community and generative art. So I just thought it was really interesting how people were using algorithms to create abstract paintings. I thought that was kind of mind-blowing. So I just started learning more and more about NFTs. And then I realized how positive the space is and how much opportunity there is in the space. And one thing that, you know, I've been an artist for 7 years, and I've experienced a little bit of burnout, and also that I feel very dependent on Instagram. And I started thinking about what would happen if Instagram went away. Like, how would people buy my art? Where would they see it? And so I was really excited to kind of find a new avenue to sell artwork. And yeah, I love how the NFT space really is, it really gives artists power to retain royalty rights and visibility. And I love that part about it too.
All right, Blair, before you move on way too quickly from that, I want to just step back and go into that moment where you realize, from the perspective of an artist, how important was it for you to actually put your work out there into the NFT world, onto the blockchain, so to speak?
Yeah, so I guess one thing that sort of changed my perspective about Instagram specifically was when they started really favoring video content. And I don't really produce video content, and it's not what I'm passionate about. So that was like another thing that sort of piqued my interest in looking for new ways to sell my artwork. You know, I love drawing and I love still images. And so a lot of the NFT platforms, for example, Opensea, which is what I use and where you can mint my NFTs, it's it's just posting my artwork, just how I love doing it.
Are you like used to testing out your artwork on all different platforms?
Yeah, so I've used a lot of different platforms in the past. I started with Tumblr in like 2007, and then
Good old days.
and then I used Etsy, and I used Squarespace for my website, and then I also use Instagram, and now I'm using Twitter because it's so important to,
Absolutely,
the crypto community, but I'm always interested in trying new platforms and new ways to share my art. And so this just felt like there was no better time than now to get on Opensea and explore crypto and NFTs.
Excellent. Well, without further ado, tell us a little bit about your collection. I would love to know a little bit about the features, the properties. I see 2 of those behind you. Tell us about your collection, Blair.
Yeah, so my collection is 1,989 sisters. So there are 1,989 unique NFTs. And I chose that number because that's the year I was born, and I have a twin sister. So I really was looking for a way to celebrate women and a collection of women. And I think sisterhood is like the perfect word, and kind of is just the perfect way to categorize a group of really strong and diverse women. And then the way I created the artwork is really different than what I normally do. So I hand drew every asset in the collection. So eyes and lips and hair. And I used pastels and marker and watercolor, which is what I typically use. But the thing that's really different is that I worked with a developer who created an algorithm. And he took all of my assets and put them, used code to mix them all up in really unique ways that I would have not put together necessarily to create the almost 2,000 unique pieces. So that was really fun because they were a surprise to me. And as people mint them, I am seeing new artwork being created. So this was so fun and different than just sitting at my desk and drawing. And I also love that by using an algorithm, I was able to create a number of pieces that I would never be able to do just hand drawing. So I'm so excited that I was able to create 1,989. And that, they were all a surprise to me. And then another component is that I incorporated some of my favorite fashion prints as a nod to, being a fashion illustrator. So we have things like polka dots and leopard prints, which are rare. And
I've seen those big eyelashes.
Yeah, the eyelashes are something that I always do. And one thing I'm really excited about that is launching either this week or next week is Utility, which is making signed prints for the sister holders, which is what I have in the background. So really excited.
Tell me a little bit more about that. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so if you are a sister holder, you have the ability to purchase a print of your sister, and it's signed, and it's called a Gicle print, which is like a very high-end way of printing on German etching paper. So right now, you can, of course, save your sister to your desktop, but I'm really excited to be able to offer that to my NFT holders. And then also creating a page on my site, which is only shoppable by NFT holders as well. So that will be some unique like sketchbook pages, collages, things that, my other audience isn't able to purchase at the moment.
Hey, if you like this clip, be sure to check out the full interview and more only on realvision.com/crypto. It's 100% free. Sign up now.